I've been running my small art business from my home for about 2.5 years now, and I've had a couple of interesting realizations that I've learned as my business has expanded. And one of those is that the amount of space you have and the layout of your space can really improve the quality and experience of your everyday life. Hi everyone, I'm Jen, and I'm the artist and human behind Fructus Illustrations, and I have been operating my small business from my home since I started sharing my art online in October 2021 and finally launched my online art shop in March 2022. When I first started working as a self-employed business owner, I didn't really have much. I had a very small 30-inch long desk in a small corner of a shared room where I would work on improving my art skills and begin to make content to post online. Since then, my desk and really my entire workspace has had several upgrades and improvements that have positively impacted my productivity, which as a result also improved my creativity. The room in which I work in today is still the shared space, but over time, I've slowly begun to expand and change the layout to better suit my growing business. I've added a few shelving units to store my tools, supplies, equipment, and all of my coloring book inventory. I got a more comfortable chair with better lumbar support since I do spend a lot of time working on my desk. I've gotten a couple of drawers to organize my supplies and other inventory. And with every new addition and change, my workflow has greatly improved, and I'm just so glad that I've been able to continue to evolve with my business. The most recent upgrade that I've been very fortunate to have is getting a much larger desk from FlexiSpot, so let's get right to unboxing it and putting it all together because I am very excited. In case you didn't know, FlexiSpot is known for their height-adjustable standing desks, which offer ergonomic solutions that help upgrade home offices for better, healthier, and more productive lives. As someone who works from home, this is why I really appreciate FlexiSpot and the desks that they create because I definitely spend a lot of time at my desk. And it's very important for me to make sure that I continue to take care of myself and my health because I really love what I do and I want to feel good as I do it. This new desk that I have is the E6 dual motor standing desk with the bamboo desk top and white frame. It is a 60 inches long and 30 inches deep, so I feel very happy knowing that I now have plenty of space to do all of my work and art. With all of my previous desks, I've typically opted for a white tabletop, but this time around I wanted to change things up and I went instead with the bamboo top. And I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm so excited to add all of my little toys, trinkets, and touches of me that help make the space feel more inviting and inspiring. The best, most exciting, and funnest part of getting a new desk is creating a new desk setup. This is where everything finally comes together, and I really enjoy the process, and I'm excited to show you what I'll be adding to my desk. So the first things that I want to set up on my desk are the most necessary tech items, which are my monitor and my MacBook, which will sit right in the center. They are at the core of almost everything that I do and all of my work, so I want to make sure that I'm able to build everything else around it. Now, while I do have the most space available on the desk, I want to build a couple of new desk accessories that I picked up to improve the functionality of my new setup. First, I got a new lamp because having proper lighting is a major requirement for me as an artist, especially since in this room there is only a single window and the overhead light is a bit dim. This lamp can be clamped to my desk, so I'll be able to save some space, and I can also angle the light to whatever direction I need for when I'm working into the evening, making art, or writing in my journal, for instance. In addition to a new lamp, I picked up a new pegboard that is also going to be clamped to my desk to house a random assortment of things, probably. For both of these new accessories, I wanted them to be attached to my desk to maximize the vertical space, but also because I wanted to make sure that they are able to move with my desk, whether I have it in a sitting or standing position for the quickest and easiest access. Now, with the main essentials in place comes the decor and personalization. I am going to be adding all of my trinkets and little things that I've collected throughout my life and placing them all around my setup. I love filling up my spaces with all different kinds of little objects and knickknacks that just make me so happy to see. because they either remind me of a nice memory or because they remind me to think about my inner child. Connecting with and healing my inner child is something that has become quite important to me as I've gotten older. My childhood was tough and I was left with, some traumas that I had to process and heal from. And oftentimes, I really feel for the child version of myself. So now that I am an adult, I've been able to live a much more peaceful and calm life. And whenever I can, I like to get myself things that I would have loved to have as a child. There is a very similar sentiment behind the purpose of my art and the style that I've developed. As a kid, I had always had the dream to do art in my life, and I'd hoped so badly that art would be my profession and career when I got older. I did lose hope for some time in my life, but just a few years ago, I finally decided to make a change, and I was fortunate enough to finally pursue my true passion. I felt really inclined to create cute, colorful, fun, and playful art that I would have enjoyed seeing as a kid. And I know my past child self would think that my art was super cool, and I know that I would have loved to have the coloring books and the art that I create now. I am, of course, super grateful for all that I have, and so having my space filled with all of these memories and reminders helps keep me grounded, but it also inspires and motivates me to keep going after my dreams, aspirations, and goals. Now, here is how my new desk and setup looks with everything all in its place. It feels so good to have this much space now, and I truly feel like I can sprawl out and do so much while also having basically everything I need within arm's reach. I also feel super safe having all of my precious belongings live here since this FlexiSpot desk supports up to 352 pounds of weight. Raising or lowering the desk is as seamless as ever too, since it features a dual motor system that is super quiet so you can enjoy seamless transitions without disrupting your surroundings. To me, it has been very important to incorporate a height-adjustable standing desk into my sedentary job because it leads to better health, improved posture, and greater comfort, which ultimately make the workday more productive and enjoyable. So, if you're in the market for a new desk or looking for your next upgrade, I definitely recommend checking out FlexiSpot and their array of standing desks. Thank you so much for FlexiSpot for being a continued supporter of the channel and for sending me this beautiful desk. Putting together my new desk and setup took me several hours to complete, so I was feeling quite tired by the time I had finished, but I also immediately felt very motivated and inspired to do something creative. For my birthday earlier this year, my boyfriend gifted me a couple of miniature DIY kits, and I was super excited to put them together when I first got them, but I just never got around to actually putting them together for one reason or another. They've been sadly sitting on one of my shelves since February, but today felt like the right time to finally open one up and begin a mini build to celebrate the new desk. I've never done one of these before, so I wasn't sure how I would do with something on a small scale like this, but it was quite enjoyable and the results were actually really cute. I just find that there is something about doing a guided activity like this that just feels very relaxing and cozy. It can really be a nice vibe when you put on a movie and let your mind take a break, as all you really need to do is follow the instructions and glue little pieces of paper and wood together. Three hours and almost 2 movies later, this is how my miniature build turned out. I did skip a couple of steps here and there because I didn't want to make another box, but all in all, I think it was very fun and I love the way it looks. I was still feeling the creative energy in me to do more, and I still had one more kit to do, but instead I decided to pull out one of my sketchbooks to doodle. I am currently working through a handful of sketchbooks at the moment, but this one is completely dedicated to doodles that I do with just a black brush pen. These kinds of doodles are actually my favorite way to warm up before an illustration, or just to get a bit of art done whenever I do have a spare moment. I've been working through the sketchbook for a while now, and I've taken a slower pace than I would have liked. But lately, I have been really drawn to it, and I've been filling in multiple pages every time I pick it up. Initially, I didn't have any plans for the sketchbook beyond the black brush pen requirements that I had given myself, but recently I thought it could be a fun and cool idea to turn the sketchbook into my next coloring book. I've shared videos on Instagram and TikTok of the process of several of the pages, and some of the comments from those videos actually sparked this idea, and I think it would be totally awesome, and I'm seriously considering it for my next release. So please let me know what you think in the comments. I would love to hear your input, as I truly value your support and all of your opinions very much. I also appreciate you for spending the time with me today. It truly means the world to me to have you here, and if you made it to the end of the video, please leave the toolbox emoji in the comments to let me know that you enjoyed it. Thanks again for watching. I hope that you have a creative rest of your day and week ahead of you, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!